Good day everyone, I'm Noel Peran, a BEd second year student at BUGC. I'll be talking about the tips on how to be financially stable. Without chuchu kinami, let's go for the first step. Tip number one, make a proper budget. We know what you're already thinking. You already know what you need and how much it will cost. What do you need to write it down? However, if you want to arrange your costs so that you may be financially productive in the near future, you will need a well drafted record to keep track of them. Your budget does not have to spend on the high end software or a premium app. Begin by creating a basic Excel sheet that records everything you spend. This will not only provide you with a comprehensive image of your cost, but will also assist you in identifying any gaps and difficulties in your daily spending. Remember though that you should never obsess over your budget. There will be moments when you are unable to adhere to this strategy. Let everything go and unwind. After all, it's all about you at the end of the day. Tip number two, note down your complete financial details. If you are a student who are undoubtedly drowning in student debt, you must write down the precise amount of debt that you are stacking up on you, no matter how terrible it is. Aside from that, make a note of your net worth, including everything you possess and all of your savings. This may appear trivial, but as you progress towards successful savings and investing alternatives, having a clear picture of where you stand will be beneficial. Tip number three, lead a realistic life. Yes, the significance of this cannot be overstated. Maintain a lifestyle that is exactly proportional to your basic earnings. But it doesn't mean you cannot have fun every now and again. But do not go overboard. Investing in indulgences like dining out every day or patching every weekend while progressively depleting your money is not a financially savvy move. Simply remember to live within your means as a general rule of thumb. In short, whatever you treat yourself to, make sure it is well within your wage range. Peer pressure and external looks are very important to us when we are young. Make a sophisticated, self-composed image for oneself rather than flaunting branded apparel and expensive vehicles. Tip number 4, create separate accounts for checking and saving. This is an important consideration if you want to keep your funds safe. Otherwise, you will wind up squandering your cash without even realizing it. It also simplifies your computation. When you get your paycheck, deposit your monthly savings allotment into a separate account and enjoy spending the remainder without worrying it. Even if the quantity is restricted, you'll find a method to handle things this way. Just keep an eye on the saving accounts. Most essential, check into bank accounts that offer high interest rates on your savings in order to create consistent money from your earnings. Tip number 5, keep yourself first. This notion may be found in a variety of financial literacy books and publications. It is the same as saving for the future as normal. Except in this instance, shift your mindset. Most people begin paying their bills, rent, and other obligations as soon as they receive their paycheck. The key to financial stability is to prioritize yourself. Pay yourself first before you take out any money for anything else. Set aside a certain amount of money as savings for your future investment that will benefit you. After all, it's you for whom you are working, right? You can manage your money in less than 10 or 20 minutes each month by using a service like Personal Capital. Tip number 6, take out time to learn and understand. If you don't keep up with the financial world, you are unlikely to advance from where you are. Improve your fundamental understanding of concepts such as investments, interests, rates, dollar costs, averaging, and so on. Aside from that, search for ways to increase your revenue, learn a new talent, hone an old one, or start some side hustles. Investing in yourself will pay out more than what you think. Tip number 7, ditch procrastination. Assuming you've read the first advice, We will assume you're scrolling down in each one, thinking, sure, I'll start on that tomorrow. If you are correct, the first thing you need to do is adjust your mindset. No one will help you with your own money, no matter how cruel you believe it is. So, how you handle them is entirely up to you. What difference does it make? Even though it appears trivial now, every small decision you make today will have ramifications in the future. Begin arranging things right away and see your hard work pay off. Tip number 8, have fun after done with your calculations. Perhaps the most challenging element of budgeting these days is that everything is so easily available. You just open your browser and you're bombarded by different advertisement of a product. According to my own experience, beginners are readily dubbed. When I saw anything I love, I'd buy if it I had the money. Now, as someone who has had to deal with the ramification of that, I'd suggest give it some time. After a day or two, you will discover you don't truly need that items. In this regard, you must recognize that stuff is not what you require. We usually spend a lot of money on goods that will quickly run out of bore us. Tip number 9, set defined money goals for yourself. Or would you like to be financially at the end of the year? That is the most feared question for every newbie, yet it does provide some self awareness. Do you truly understand where you stand, or whether what you're doing right now is going to help you? You won't know anything unless you set a specific objective for yourself. It makes no difference whether you succeed or fail. Never ever stress about your plans. If you set objectives, you will be able to compare your accomplishments to your expectations. And who knows, maybe you'll wind up exceeding them. Also, after you've begun to meet your financial objectives, do not spoil yourself by blowing your budget. Instead, raise your ambition for the next year in order to continue pushing yourself. To summarize, financial literacy is not something that can be learned quickly. Yes, you may conduct your own study and work on it, but in the end, you will learn from your own errors and experiences. So that's all for my report. I hope you learn from me. Thank you and have a blessed day.